Hello everyone, and welcome back to Convoy 31. And what a difference a month makes. When we stood here last time, Ukraine was on the defensive, and right now we've taken more land in Russia than anyone has done since World War II. So for this convoy, we got some very special trucks going to help the very brave men and women that are fighting to deoccupy Russian territory. But on top of that, you can see behind me another massive convoy. But this time we want to get you more involved in who you like and the interviews. So each time I'm interviewing a unit, in the bottom left of the screen will be the name of that unit. So if you like what they're saying, you've enjoyed their stories, please like our video, but also comment with this unit name down here. And our team is going to total up all the feedback, and then we'll present back who your favourite unit was and make sure that they get extra help. So join me and let's see what we've got in store for Convoy 31. It costs a lot of money in diesel to get these trucks from Tallinn to Ukraine, so we are super grateful to Circle K for giving us a big donation of fuel cards so that we can actually get the diesel at the various stops on our way for free in their petrol stations. So thank you so much for your support.
Слава Україні! Героям слава! Слава нації! Смерть ворогам! Україна! Понад усе! Україна! Понад усе! Україна! Понад усе! Путін!
Because we've worked with them before, we have built them our first NAFO drone bus.
This is very nice. I know that you customize it according to our shim. It was our internal development and you made it exactly as we saw it. We are very grateful for bringing our ideas to life. Let's hope this is not the last time.
And can you explain a little bit about what the work is? You know, which drones they work with and what this bus is going to be doing.
This bus will be used as a flight control center for large airplane-type UAVs, such as Leleka 100, Poseidon and Shark. These are the UAVs we're currently using in our work. It is very convenient to work with this bus because, firstly, it is mobile. You can quickly get it to and from a position.
Should we have a look inside? Check, this goes up and down.
It's a folding table.
It's a remounted screen on each side. We've measured the inside and it should take a case for up to the size of a Poseidon drone. And then we did put a port on the side for if you want Starlink going onto the roof. What does he think?
This is great.
Yay! There you go, you've got everything you need to have your command truck and go and blow up some orcs.
Orc must die.
Orcs must die. Jake Bro and his birthday campaign is the reason why we have this truck. So you can explain to him that this man's birthday and his community raised $1 million. It's, yeah, exactly. And this is one of 30 trucks that we've delivered from that campaign.
This is great. Shall we exchange it?
Amazing. So now you have a patch with his face. And some more for the guys. Roland is one of the main guys, repairs and builds the buses and finds them and buys them. Well done, guys.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Jake Bro and his subscribers for raising funds and purchasing this bus for our unit.
Hello, mate.
Hello,
How are you?
fine, actually fine, and glad to see you here and all you guys too.
So I met Ivan the first time I ever came in a convoy to Ukraine, and we were by the Dnipro River and he appeared with a gun. Yeah, straight from Bakhmut, right?
Yeah, coming from a Bakhmut in this day when we meet each other.
Exactly, and I have spent a lot of time with him since then.
Yep.
I've even stayed in his apartment and looked after your cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my cat sitter.
I am. So like, not only do we give him trucks, I am his cat sitter, Tiger Cat, the amazing cat. And when I first met him, we talked about two things. Like, one, that my country is better at football. Right. But Ukraine is better at boxing.
Sure, 100%, and still so much better than.
And it got proved this year, right?
Yep.
Didn't it? So, and I think it still stands true. So, you know, well done to Alexander Usyk.
Yep, 100%. We won a game.
And the other thing that me and Ivan have planned is when we win the war and take over the rest of Russia with our Kursk offensive here, that we're going on holiday to Ibiza.
Yep. Only holiday, I guess. We stay one, maybe half of year.
It's a good point. Sorry, I'm going to move to Ibiza. Yeah, right. And
Together.
like, yeah. Like as friends, right? And DJs, not as, you know.
What?
Really? Oh, okay.
Come on.
Like, so, but which clubs do we need to go to?
All of them.
Yeah, it's fair.
Because we are young.
We are, like, I mean, I am 25. Like, what, you're 23?
Yep.
Isn't it, right? About that?
Yep.
Give or take, I think. And, sorry, should we talk about the war or should we just, you know, what does everyone want to talk about? Trucks are still super important, right? And we've given you guys a fair few. We've also got the jammers. Can you tell us briefly a little bit about the situation where your battalion's operating at the moment?
Since November 22, we stay in the Bakhmut direction. Now we stay on Soledar. And I was a typical troop in my battalion. Now I make some other things. And war very changed in these last 2 years. And now without jammers, our guys don't stay in positions. We don't use pickup without jammers because drone change everything, and we have to adopt to new rules of war. And without these things, we cannot make effective operation on the front line.
What do you think about the new front line that's opened up in Russia?
Actually, what kind of about?
Like, have you found it, you know, in your unit or amongst the people you know? Has it been motivating? Is it, you know, what do people feel?
I have a few friends who now in Kursk Oblast.
Yeah.
And also my brother too.
Yes.
I wish him luck.
Yeah.
A big luck, because we all brigades, all battalions now in the front line check situation in Kursk because it's very important for us. It's very important in Bakhmut, in Pokrovsk, in Slaviansk, everywhere.
Yeah, I think that maybe gets like lost a bit with people being excited that one, actually it's an incredibly dangerous operation for everyone there, but also the whole front line is a very difficult place right now, you know, and Ukraine constantly needs more help from charities like this and its other Western partners, because the quicker we get it done, the quicker we can go to our big fish.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, like, so, you know, and
we have a personal goal here.
we do, right? So please, like everyone that watches, please donate so we can like get on with partying again and stop just, you know, having to deal with Russians, because, you know, it gets tiring, right?
Maybe we make a convoy to Ibiza.
Mate, I think so. Like, if we can get the trucks back at the end and take them there, that would be super cool, wouldn't it? I hope so, mate. One day. This truck, though, this guy. Right. I've shown this so many times now today, but Jake Bro and his community raised $1 million and 30 trucks and about $400,000 worth of drones or something ridiculous. And you are now going to wear his face on your arm. And that is something that I never thought I'd stand saying to a soldier, but it's about to happen.
Jack, man, respect to you. Yeah. It's very important for us. Thanks.
Pleasure. Cheers, mate. Good to see you.
We like, I guess after war we have to continue to do this.
I don't know what I'm going to do after the war. Like, you know, like this is just like become my weird life. Like.
Yeah, when I first time saw Alex, every convoy, when Alex come to Ukraine, we meet, and after convoy we move in sober and chill, just chill. And we become friends, real friends, and it's a benefit of war. You can meet people who are really very important for you.
Oh, cheers, mate. You too.
Oh, tears. Sorry, guys. I wanna say thank you, Jay Bro and his subscriber, for this beautiful car.
I can do this interview a bit differently, because if he comes here and you, we have Yuri and Anton. Yuri, who's this guy?
This guy is my father.
And Anton, is this?
My father as well.
So I know Yuri and Anton very well. I work with them, right? So now we will do this slightly differently. You can be the translator for your dad.
Yeah, sure.
Right. So first of all, tell us a bit about the work that your unit does.
Now our 57th Battalion is performing combat missions in the area of Toretsk. The situation there is very tense, the front line is changing dynamically. And unfortunately, the Katsabs are advancing in this direction. When the front line was broken between our battalion and another brigade, there was a threat to our command post being destroyed. We had to move it quickly in a Vaz 2104, the only Zhiguli we had at our disposal. We moved to Toretsk, where we set up a command post. And immediately our Zhiguli was destroyed by an artillery shell.
So you really need this then?
That's why we needed this vehicle, so that we could move quickly and load all our documents and all our equipment.
Why did he sign up to fight for Ukraine?
She decided to fight because of this beautiful place, and because of us, because it's me and Anton.
And what do you have to say to your dad for fighting for you and for the country? You can say it in Ukrainian, and then Anton can translate.
We are very grateful, and we want to say thank you for all this hard time that you need to have right now, and we love you very much. We are worrying about him much, and we are really waiting the moment of our victory and when our father could safely back home and live with us, with his wife and his sons.
I see your sons almost every day, and and they're very proud of what you do.
Alex, I want to give you this chevron of our battalion, 57th Battalion, Dubno.
There's one other reason why you're here though this weekend, right?
I have a wedding.
So just like almost perfect timing that you can come back same weekend. I hope your new truck serves you well, Vladimir. These two have come from Estonia. So this truck left on Wednesday morning and drove across the whole of Eastern Europe non-stop to deliver it to you today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you as well.
Can you ask your dad what the flag says?
It says here that you should kill for Ukraine, not die. Live to revive our holy land. Thanks to Jake Bro and his subscribers for providing a vehicle for the artillery battery.
Standing here with some radios in my hand. So these are Himera radios. They are Ukrainian made, and this man here is the founder of the business Himera. Hi, Misha. So, Misha, what is this? Explain to everyone. What am I holding in my hand?
This is a Himera handheld radio. It's an encrypted frequency hopping mesh networking radio.
Yeah.
It's basically a radio with the functionality much needed by military, but in a form factor and a price point, and made in a way that is very accessible and scalable.
Amazing. That is a very clear description. Can I ask this man now, like, what is the importance of having a radio with that type of technology, encrypted frequency hopping?
Шифрований зв'язок, особливо.
Encrypted communications, especially those based on AES 256 encryption technology, are unbreakable.
Зламати і, наприклад,
And is it worth the time breaking the cipher to hear information that has long been outdated? Probably not.
давно застаріла.
Yeah, that's like sort of the top government grade encryption, right? Isn't it? And it's important, right? Because if you're using radios to communicate in the war and the enemy can listen in, it's a pretty bad situation, right?
Yeah, as it is.
And Misha, as you've explained, right? So this is Ukrainian made and innovated by you since the war started. Yeah. And Ukraine is doing a lot of things like this, actually making products that work in the battlefield, but without a stupid price tag, right? Is that fair?
Yeah, a lot of our colleagues doing very similar in different niches and defense tech.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the benefits, pretty much the only benefit of the war, is that actually Ukraine has the opportunity to build a whole new industry off the back of it, defense tech, because in many ways, in different technologies, it is a world leader right now. And these seem like super light.
Так, це є.
This is one of the big advantages for intelligence units. It is difficult for us to walk with a lot of heavy equipment on our shoulders.
Yeah, I was going to say like this. Like, and do I have it with an earpiece as well, I'm guessing?
You can have with earpiece, with active earphones, or without. There are different ways to use them.
And what range does it work over then?
So the direct line of sight is up to 2 kilometers, but it has mesh technology that was mentioned that basically acts as rebroadcasting. Every radio accepts the signal and rebroadcasts it.
Okay.
This way, by having a number of users in the same territory spread out evenly, you are able to transmit signal over much longer distances than just point to point, while still keeping the signal power output low, and because of frequency hopping also being very, very hard to detect by electronic reconnaissance systems.
Yeah, super clever. How many of these would your team need? I mean, I guess these are the sorts of things that you could lose, right? Like, do you get through a lot of these?
We have a fairly large unit, and to provide most of the fighters with radios, we need about 100 of them.
I don't know how many have we got in this box?
100.
Oh, we've got 100. Well, right, well, isn't it? Well, perfect. I think it's great that, you know, not only do we do like the trucks, the jammers, but we also do things like this that actually, for Ukraine, right, is low cost, but incredibly important. Because if you're fighting in a war and on a battlefield, you have to be able to talk safely to each other. And that actually makes a massive difference, right? It's sort of absolutely fundamental. You have to be able to move and you have to be able to communicate. And if you can do both of those things well, you're a much more effective army.
Yes, radio communication is a tool. Chimera is one of the tools. It is important for us to have a large list of tools that we can use. We need to be able to select tools from a large list to perform a wide range of tasks.
You get a Sniffing Brigade patch to wear proudly when you're on your reconnaissance mission with your encrypted radio.
We're grateful to Mimas for the Chimera radios that will help us to carry out combat missions on the front line. Glory to Ukraine!
So can you tell everyone as much as you can, like, you know, for example, we got a lot here. Like, how many will his Bandera group use on a mission or over a week? You know, how many of these do they get through?
At the moment, the unit is performing a combat mission on the line of contact with the enemy, and I can tell you the number per day. It is 15 drones at least.
I'm guessing, depending on what RAB they're using, will depend on the effectiveness of your missions as well.
The enemy is very active in using electronic warfare systems with different frequencies, such as 900, 800 MHz and lower. More often than not, out of 5 FPV drones, at best, 3 hit the target, and this is a very good indicator.
What did he do before the war?
I was studying at the Law Institute.
I hope that we can get this war done as quickly as possible, and you can get back to being a lawyer and putting lots of Russians in prison for war crimes.
I got so involved in the army and became friends with my fellow soldiers, not wards and not newcomers. And despite their ranks, they are all brothers. Because we're doing the same best job. We are liberating our Ukraine from the invaders. I will say that I will continue to develop in this career like the officers and above. I wonder how high I can climb the career ladder.
Hard to imagine a life not in war and with your brothers now.
When you know that the whole family is serving in the army, when you come home, even your heart is empty.
So Rick does a lot of fundraising with his community, and he makes some pretty cool patches, I'd say, and this one, it's probably the best, right?
Whoa,
the Bradley.
One of the best.
Probably one of the most popular pieces of Western equipment here. So Rick, why don't you present the man with his patch?
Yeah, it's an honor to present you with this. Please enjoy, because Bradley is a very good vehicle and it saves a lot of lives of our soldiers these days, and I hope it will also save some of your guys.
This flag is signed by our unit. It is the battle flag of our unit and has become an insurmountable obstacle for the enemy. The enemy is very afraid when we go to the combat zone.
Yeah, cool. We have heard that before from that when they know that they're facing this unit, they get scared.
I want to say thank you to Rick and all his community for this great vehicle that will make a great job on the front lines of Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine!
We are doing especially the assaults of enemy trenches,
Okay, wow.
but this is not the only job that we can do. The other part must be, let's say so, the other part of our job is very silent.
Something not for cameras, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been in the armed forces for?
Personally, since the 9th May of the last year.
What were you doing before, if you don't mind saying?
In the civil life,
Yeah.
I'm the translator.
You're perfect.
The German-Ukrainian, but
You're hired.
anyway,
Oh, German.
yes.
Ah, yeah, translator. Ja. So, spreche du Deutsch?
Ja.
Ja.
Na, wenn Sie möchten, wir können auch gerne auf Deutsch reden.
Oh. But you're an assault unit, you actually assault trenches, right?
Yes.
So, you know, most people that are watching this from the comfort of their homes
Yes.
have watched these things on YouTube. And I think it's probably one of the most bravest and terrifying things that no one can possibly imagine what that's like.
Now, you know, yes, this is very scary to assault. Everyone scares.
Yeah.
Everyone who is in the war now. But if you know your battle buddies, you know how good they are, then you are calm, and then of course you can make jokes.
Like, so, what sort of jokes then? Tell us a funny story then, if that's something you don't mind.
All of the stories are funny. I think we don't have much time. No, really, if you start the assault, the last moment, then it's not very scary. It's more funny. When we started shooting, then we had a challenge: who kills more? So everyone won.
Что, надумал вылазить? Поешь. Ой, ты там ебал? Брониками заложили двери. Рука, походу, получила. Отходи, сейчас ебет жестко. Пока.
What do you keep the scoreboard? Like,
Of course.
Do you?
Of course.
And are you top?
Unfortunately, no.
Is he top?
No, he's not top.
Lads,
On the top is our commander.
Oh, right.
Because he's at the war, I think, since the beginning.
Wow, what, 2014?
Yes.
Oh, you've
no,
got...
20, not 2022.
I was going to say, wow.
Yes.
You know, so, okay, but...
In 2014 he was at school, just like me.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, there's still time for you to get to the top, right?
Of course.
Yeah, this is good. So, you know, it's hard. When you're already top, you know, it's hard to stay there, right?
Yes,
but, you
of
know,
course.
like,
It's very hard to stay
You now
on
have the
top.
motivation to get there. Just quickly about this truck, though, like, how will you use this?
For the job, of course.
Yeah.
Evacuation, or when we need to get to the job, this car will be very useful.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much time will it live, actually, because there are many FPVs. Okay, there are other drones. There are maybe some mines.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much time will it actually live, but this is better than nothing.
Well, we have a leaderboard for that as well, like, and you know,
Really?
the shortest time is about 5 hours. So, you know, hopefully you don't beat that score.
Anti-record?
Yeah, exactly. Like 6 months or so, you know, like in actual combat
I'll
positions.
hope so. I hope so.
So you try not to be on the top of the quickest truck death leaderboard, because, you know, that'll be a bad one. But this man is American, and he and his community are the people that helped buy this truck. They raised $1 million, right? And we brought 30 of these and a lot of drones. And I, along with the truck, I'm going to gift you both a patch with his face on it.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure, like, I mean, and I think it goes very nicely with the other ones that you've got. Like, I think let's put Jake Bro next to the skull of the hate group. There we go, there.
Yep.
So
Thank you very much.
Nice one, mate.
If he's American, so
Yeah.
let's say he helps us to bring the democracy.
He does. He does, and we're trying our best to maintain democracy here in Ukraine, right?
Yes.
So, your drivers have also come a long way from Belgium, and they've driven this all the way from Tallinn, like 2,000 kilometers non-stop, and now it's
Holy
here
Mother of God.
outside the Statue of Motherland.
Hello, Jake Bro and his nice subscribers. The 24th Brigade, thanks you very much. Thanks you a lot for donations for this nice car. It will help us for evacuation, and it will help us in our difficult job.
We are engaged in ground-based radio-controlled system.
How are they finding using land drones are changing how they work on the battlefield?
Ми допомагаємо зберегти життя.
We help save the lives of infantry, the lives of soldiers. They do not risk their lives. Instead, we risk only transportation.
Ми ризикуємо засобами.
So are they using it for ammo resupply? Are they using it for evacuation?
Yes.
Yeah, right, got you. So you've got like one of the tracked like stretcher ones and things like this, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, understood. And now you've got a robot Hilux, right, which is not something I thought I would be saying before this war. So this is made by the company Territorial, and we have what is essentially an autonomously controlled Toyota Hilux, where you can drive it, but you can also drive it remotely, and there's an actual sort of driving station over there that you can't see off camera. And people might be able to see, but you know, there's the signal and the controlling and the ability for it to communicate with its base station on top of the roof, and camera systems built in around it so you can actually see what you're doing when you're remotely operating it. We will, as we do with everyone, present you with probably the second best patch you've got after 3rd Assault Brigade, the Sniffing Brigade patch, lads. So, for you, my friend, and for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, and good luck with your remote controlled truck. And perhaps you'd like to meet, would you like to meet the guys as well? This is the team from Territorial.
Hello. 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 Brit and Roman.
So, where's your company from, guys?
Estonia, of course.
So this is an Estonian company that's doing this, and how many of these trucks have you done now?
The first truck went to Kharkiv region 2 months ago. This is the second truck, and next month we're gonna bring another 2.
Great. So, and do you have any combat use cases from the truck in Kharkiv yet? Are they using it?
Of course.
Yeah, and what are they?
They have used it saving soldiers' lives, so picking them up when they are wounded in the battlefield.
Amazing. And they do it without a combat medic in it, so they don't risk someone's life?
Yes, basically. Yes.
Yeah, amazing. What a great innovation. So I guess you will spend some time training these guys up.
It will be easy, but yes, some training is needed.
And I'm sure, you know, then you can also join the 3rd Assault Brigade as well. They'll be happy to have you.
Yeah, we can do it from a distance because the distance doesn't matter. We can basically sit at home in Estonia and help support the Ukrainian army.
Nice one for what you've done. And yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
So, do we have a live demonstration?
Do you? Well, do you want to show? Can you show? Can you drive
yes,
it now?
That was the purpose. Yes.
Yeah.
Дякуємо команді телеармії
We're grateful to the Tele-Army team for the vehicle which will help save the lives of our soldiers and bring our victory closer. Thank you. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to heroes.
Дякуємо. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Where are you from?
I'm from Finland.
Obviously, this is an Estonian-founded charity, right?
Yeah, it is. Our next door neighbors.
Exactly, mate. Like, and then from Tallinn, you can actually see Finland, right?
You can.
And we have like quite a few very angry Finnish people that come and join the convoys because they don't really like Russians, do they?
No, we don't really like them.
Like, and
we have history.
You have history, exactly, but somehow you've actually ended up here in the army, right?
Yep.
What motivated you to do that, Ice?
My motivation was hearing from my grandfather all the stories and the horrors that he experienced during the war back in the days, and so based on that, I saw the same horrors happening in here.
Yeah.
So I just had to come here and help out the best way that I can.
How long have you been here, roughly?
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
Year and a half. And this unit that you're in is out of the International Legion units, pretty good one, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's on the top one.
It's one of the top ones. It's professionally organised, and there's going to be this truck, right? It's got a bit of a special purpose, hasn't it?
It does. So we are a anti-air team. So this vehicle is going to get a Dushka mounted on the back. So pretty much straight from here, we're gonna drive it to the garage and the people who are gonna set up the mount for it. And we're gonna go with this one to protect the cities from drones.
Yeah. So, and I think it is, so the box on the back needs to come off, and then there's a really cool place here that does the gun mounts, and then a Dushka is a big gun. Right. So, and am I right in saying this is the first International Legion air defense unit?
You are correct.
Yeah,
so we're going to be the first team to actually do this, and we're going to be fully international. So we'll see. Hopefully it works, even it will.
And you do it with some other guys, and there's a British guy that was meant to be here that I know quite well, but he's very badly injured, isn't he?
Yeah,
you know, he had a like terrible combat injury, wasn't it? I think. You know, should we put it that way?
We'll put it that way.
It wasn't. That's why I'm laughing. But he couldn't be here, and it's sad. And what do your friends or family back home think about you being here?
They support it. Obviously, they're a little bit scared, like, that I'm here, but they understand why I'm here and they fully supporting it, which is good.
And what do you want to do once the war's finished? You stay here, you go back to Finland?
I want to stay here.
You want to stay here?
Yeah, I fall in love with the country.
Yeah. What do you love about it?
The people, culture, the cities, it's pretty much a 180 compared to Finland, at least in my experience.
Yeah, interesting. So yeah, because I've never been to Finland, right? I've only been to Tallinn. What's Finland like?
If you've been to Tallinn, it's almost the same.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I think here, Estonians, you know, you can see they do amazing things for this charity, and you know,
they do.
You know, so I like it, but I think I like the food here in Ukraine. What do you think about that?
Oh, it's good.
It's good.
It's good. And plentiful.
Yes, mate. Definitely. Definitely. So when is this going to be in action? Like you said, you're going to go from here and sort this out. Like how quickly are we going to see? Next week.
Yep.
So next week there'll be a big gun on the back and it'll be shooting.
Yeah.
Things,
so
right?
once we get the mount, get the gun on it, we're going to give you guys an update of it.
You're going to send some videos?
Yeah, we're going to showcase it to you guys.
Amazing. Amazing. And this is the guy and his community that fundraised it. I keep pulling this patch out because the bloke managed to raise $1 million for his birthday, right? Right, he's an absolute legend. So I will give you his patch for you to wear.
Thank you.
Ice, and you can have his face on your arm all the time when you're shooting Russian drones out the fire.
We'll make sure we'll do it.
I mean, that is a dream, right? Isn't it? So, you know, it's something that you probably never thought you would have in your life, but you do now. So can I put? I'm going to rip
Take that off.
Thank you, boss. There you go.
Nice.
Nice
Thank you.
one, mate. Nice one. Thank you very much for helping Ukraine, mate.
Thank
well
you.
done for coming here and joining the fight.
I want to thank Jacob for this vehicle that was provided for us. This vehicle will be used for every test, so we're gonna get a Dushka mounted mount pack, and yeah, big thank you to you all.
This is another campaign from RIT the Ukrainian, where his community has fundraised for the drone. So what were you doing before Azov?
I was a civil engineer.
Civil engineer?
Yeah. So maybe I was a little bit part of drones. Yeah, and I was programming and creating some drones.
Okay, right. And
I worked on television for 10 years before the war. I was a journalist, scriptwriter, editor-in-chief. I just lived my happy life. Now my life is no less happy and, most importantly, even more useful.
Why did you join Azov?
People come here only voluntarily, so the level of motivation is quite high.
You've already used the Wild Hornets drones because these are 10-inch FPVs from Wild Hornet. And if you use them, how do you recommend their quality? I mean, how do you give the feedback about what feedback about their quality will you give and how good they are?
I recently visited their facility, and together with the volunteers we signed several contracts for the production of drones. They now have a well-known drone called the Hornet Queen. It is huge. Actually, we want to work with them. But I was also impressed by their FPV drone production. It is impressive.
Asking, do you want us to get you some big ones?
If it's possible, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, why not?
We have bought Queen Hornets for other units, but you've seen it and you want to use it. Like, how are you going to use it?
Previously, we worked with drones bombers, and it's some way efficient because of the field they're fighting. So we are standing in a forest, so it's very difficult to work with any drones. For obvious reasons. So we used to work with some bombers to have some efficiency maybe, and because of that we need now for some big bombers.
So to hit, like, you know, entire positions or armor or everything.
Many part of enemy infantry.
They're observant points.
Yeah. So something fortified.
Observation.
That's a big bomb to just use on one person. Otherwise, right?
I can't say at this point because I haven't used it, but the feedback I've heard from other pilots is that it's a very good drone and it works well on the battlefield.
This one is actually created by the motives of the painting of one of my subscribers, community members. Her name is Letter Cat, so she made this pun. In English, they have this blood type that is called A30B. But in Ukrainian, it looks exactly like Azov. So blood type Azov, battle mosquitoes that that are used by Azov. Yeah, who knows, guys? This one looks pretty awesome. Let me show it closer. Yeah, and I'm honored to present you with this. Some humor will never be, you know, a.
We also brought gifts. We also left some things there. These are trophy plates.
Okay.
And you can put this as a decorative element. And there are trophies inside as well.
Right, wow. Is there? So, okay. So he didn't need this anymore, no?
No. You can see that it is intact. That means he was hit in the head.
Yeah, fine, you know, and so excellent. That can go in our Russian collection that is growing all the time. Thanks to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Дякую вам.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Jackie. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for your service. We would like to express our gratitude to Rick and his subscribers for donating the drones. FPV drones have shown their effectiveness on the battlefield, so I am convinced that they will make us stronger and hurt the enemy. I work in the unit to counter chemical and radiation weapons.
Wow, I mean, that's the first time anyone's ever said that to me here. How much of a problem is that across the front line?
The Russians use chemical drops from drones and thus try to neutralize and paralyze our personnel.
How often are they doing this?
Too often.
Too often.
Yeah.
And how do you stop that or counter it? Are you just shooting the drone, or are you treating the patients?
Protective equipment. First of all, these are gas masks, because the effect of the cloud itself isn't too long but can still paralyze personnel. It lasts about 10-15 minutes, but a soldier must have time to put on a gas mask.
So are they going around making sure people have the right protective equipment? Is that? Yeah, exactly, yeah?
Yeah.
And do you cover the whole front line, or do you have different units doing it in different areas? Like, how does it work in your job?
Yes, there are quite a few units specializing in countering chemical weapons. They exist in every battalion and brigade.
And if there is a chemical attack, does he have to rush in with his team in protective gear and like rescue people and things like that?
First of all, our task is to teach people how to use these means. And only then we carry out such operations as Reconnaissance, when we mark on the map where the area is contaminated, where personnel must use certain protection and carry out decontamination measures. That is, people come to the point and we wash off all the chemical dirt from them.
Wow. And do you have enough equipment? I mean, you need trucks, but what about the specialist equipment to protect the people?
Yes, we have enough modern equipment that we receive from our partner countries.
Great, okay. That's good to know, right? Has there ever been times where he's gone into, because he must be going into places, right, where there's like a chemical attack, you know, like, is there times when he's been in significant danger himself of being like injured from the chemicals and so on and so forth?
No, I personally have not had such a case. Although I have personally witnessed the use of phosphorus munitions, which are also quite toxic. The fumes can have a great impact on the human pulmonary system.
So it's okay for me to stand close to him?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, what an amazing job. Like, genuinely amazing. Like, you're gonna get the bro birthday patch because this guy and his online community raised $1 million. I think this is the 27th truck that his money has given us. It's amazing.
I want to say thank you, Jake Bro, and your subscribers for this beautiful car.
How important is receiving things like this? You know, do you still have a need and demand for equipment to this level?
Unfortunately, there is a general need for evacuation vehicles for our battalion and our unit in particular. There are not enough vehicles to evacuate the guys from the front line.
You know, we have to raise money from people online. So to do that, you know, we make videos like this so they understand what's happening in Ukraine. So I'd ask you, can you tell us a story that you're happy to tell that gives people what the real impact is of this war and the work that you have to do?
We had a situation last year when we were near Avdiivka. We had 5 vehicles for evacuation. But during the enemy's powerful offensive, we had only 1 vehicle left. And at that time we evacuated 15 people, including both seriously wounded and medium wounded. During the evacuation, 1 driver was killed and a paramedic was injured, but they continued to provide assistance. And now we're working to interact with volunteers who can help us get cars so that we do not have such problems in the future. The support of our volunteer friends is very important for us, and we hope that this will bring us closer to victory and we will not have such problems with cars and medicine anymore, and we will save even more of our soldiers.
Шлях до перемоги, і у нас не буде більше таких проблем з авто, з медициною, і ми врятуємо більше наших військовослужбовців.
I don't think you could have a clearer reason for why donations to the charity and for vehicles like this are always needed. And thank you for sharing that story with everyone around the world.
Unfortunately, during our communication here, there are more and more such stories on the front line. The pain of our soldiers in the Ukrainian armed forces is indescribable.
These guys that you've met, right? Lemo, Alo.
We have already met them.
Yeah. They are masters of making ambulances. How many of these have you done now?
5, 6, I don't know.
Yeah. They can't even remember how many ambulances they've bought. But, you know, just to explain, because people might not have watched video before, like, you put everything in this, don't you?
We put everything for starting work.
Yeah.
It's defibrillator, aspirators, oxygen, tourniquets.
I mean, Sergey, is everything that they've put in here needed? Like, do you have enough of it, or do you always need this?
This is more than we expected to receive from you. The guys have exceeded all expectations.
Перевершили сподівання всі.
Nice one, thank you.
Я хочу подякувати особисто від
I would like to personally thank you on behalf of the 53rd Brigade's medical unit. I realize how difficult it is to help and raise funds now. With the help of people like you, we can help our guys on the front line.
Ми зможемо допомогти на лінії вогню. Хочу подякувати німецькому народу.
I want to thank the German people for their help. This ambulance will help with evacuations in the Donetsk sector.
Здійснювати евакуацію на Донецькому напрямку.
I'm the one of fire support company.
Okay.
Yes, and this means that we use mostly the most heavy weaponry of our battalion.
Yeah.
And this is the one of our weapon. We have people specialized on using such weapons as javelins and laws.
Yeah.
And our Stugna and our Strela.
Yeah.
Weaponry. So this one has a very interesting story.
Great.
This rocket stopped one
of the armory weapon of Russian invaders near Peshane, in the fields near Peshane. After that, they injured our people actually, and we had to evacuate them.
Okay.
So this was this box was evacuated from the position after battle.
Wow.
Yes.
So it did its job, but war has a price.
Yes. Lockheed Martin did a good job.
Yeah. Well,
you know.
And what about NLAW then? Which is your favourite? You see, because I'm British and NLAW's British, Swedish. You know, so and this is American. So come on, like, which is better?
I don't know which is better because you know.
Diplomatic. That's a good answer.
No, it's not such a diplomatic answer, but I think that you know, each instrument has its own usability. So that was the instrument to defend our land, and it doesn't matter where from there it came from, and it made its job.
Do you have enough?
No.
This is because
no.
we fired a lot of these right in the last 2 years.
You know, one of the most problem that we don't have enough of each weaponry, and it means that we have to use small parties of them.
Yeah. Right.
So we have to learn to use them all and use it not when we want to use one special weaponry, but we have to use what we have.
Yeah.
So it means that we don't have always the weaponry what we need.
Yeah, so we've heard this where you can't hit all the targets you want, for example.
Yes, yes.
You have to pick, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And these look, you've made these, right? Is this?
Yes.
Like,
this is the souvenir.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
With what? And you put? Is this like? I don't know if anyone can see this.
This
but
is the part of MK19 shoot.
Yeah.
Shell. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Shell. And this we have two type of these. Some of them could be used, some of them could be not used, because sometimes we take grenades from MK19 to use it for FPV.
Okay, right. So you're actually just using the munition. Yeah, got you. Hey, amazing. You've brought.
So we have to change ourselves, and even as you see, a given weaponry to make our job effective.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for serving your country.
Thank you.
And thank you for this and the amazing story behind it, mate. That is incredible.
Thanks to Jake Bro and his followers for this beautiful car, which will be used for our future victory.
Our unit is engaged in aerial reconnaissance. We're also a strike unit, and after reconnaissance we carry out fire damage with our strike drones.
How are you getting on with the expansion so far? You know, we hear that there are, manpower shortages. Are you finding the men for your unit?
Yes, there are difficulties, for sure. But while I was on the way here, the command called and said that we already had replenishment. That is, the unit is slowly being replenished. There are still not enough people, but the process is underway. We show good results, and the command responds to this and saturates our unit with new people.
And when he says he's working with strike drones, is he talking about FPVs or heavy bombers or sort of deep strike?
As a battalion of unmanned systems, we're currently using almost all types of drones that are currently being used at the front. That is, wings, long-range reconnaissance, multi-copter drones, heavy bombers, FPV kamikazes, and FPV bombers. We have experience in almost everything.
Do you need some more drones?
Oh, of course.
Perfect. Because we want to get you some drones, because actually, like, this is a bit of a sad truck, actually, and it's not great because Pete, right? Peter Fulch, who was a British citizen and South African, died a couple of months ago, and he was a really cool guy, right? Do you know him?
I met Peter a year ago when we were in the Serebransky forest. I knew him personally and we became friends. We were still a regular aerial reconnaissance unit of a mechanized battalion. We had a good relationship and were like friends. And he started helping us. And for the whole unit, it is a very big loss. It was an honor for our unit to get him.
It is. Pete did a lot for Ukraine. He inspired a lot of people to raise money and he saved a lot of lives, so rest in Pete. Africa, I hope the truck serves you well.
I don't know how to measure the value of these machines and the work they do.
The truck was fundraised by the monthly subscribers to our charity, and in return there is a patch of Pete. Dziękuję. Cheers, mate. And some more for the rest of the guys in your units, and we will get you more trucks and drones, and you can avenge Pete and all your other fallen brothers.
For me personally, and I will say for all the guys, it is a great honor for us, and we'll thank you very much for your attention to our unit and our activities. Believe me, we will justify your trust and victory will be ours. And for Peter, we take revenge every day. And for all our guys as well. I would like to thank the monthly subscribers of the 69th Sniffing Brigade for raising funds for this wonderful vehicle. I am non-staff artillery chief of a brigade that is directly engaged in performing fire missions and destroying enemy manpower. We plan to use this vehicle directly with small artillery, with mortar gunners who will quickly move to positions and actively fire at the enemy to advance our infantry.
So you said, like, artillery, is it just mortars, or are you using like D-30s or Western artillery as well?
Yes, I am familiar with Western artillery systems. I have used Paladin, Rak, Panzer 2000 and Crab. These are the vehicles I have worked with.
So this truck was fundraised by a YouTuber called Sutra Minus. You are going to get a patch of a dinosaur standing on top of a Russian tank.
For this chevron, I will give mine away.
No, I mean, who does not want that patch? Thank you, mate.
We recently lost our car.
FPV.
I was chased by 5 FPV drones for a long time.
Bang, bang, bang.
We escaped from 3 drones and 2 drones severely damaged the car. Well, unfortunately or luckily I survived. The car is beyond repair.
Oh, so look, you've got a new truck, yeah, and then we're going to drive into Russia. Yeah. Right, but these two have come from Sweden and Estonia. They left on Wednesday morning and they drove non-stop all the way across the whole of Eastern Europe to here to give you this truck. So there you go. So yeah, thank you both and well done. Nice one. Yeah.
I express my gratitude to such a Mimas and his subscribers.
How long have you been in the army for, Vlad, and in this war?
10 years.
10 years of fighting Russians. Yeah. Yeah. Can you ask Vlad what he feels about the recent events with Kursk?
Of course, it is positive because troops are being withdrawn in our areas. It is a little easier for the military because people are tired. We realize that we have a difficult situation in some parts of the front line. If this improves the situation and reduces the pressure in the Donetsk sector, it is certainly positive.
That's good to hear. You know, that's an assumption that I think we make, but it's good to hear it is having that impact. And can you ask him, is it having a positive morale effect on his unit and his men?
Of course, it is positive. When Ukraine is moving forward, it is very good.
So you're getting one of our NAFO trucks. Can Vlad tell us a little bit about how they're going to use this?
We use the trucks to supply the unit with ammunition on the front line, transport people to their positions and evacuate the wounded.
Sure. And like for a vehicle like this going to front line, like how close will they actually take this?
We usually go deep into the positions because we have very good and fearless drivers.
We're giving you a truck, but what else does your unit need to be able to fight harder?
People.
There's many men here up for it, yeah. Yeah. Anyone up for it?
We need trained people.
Yeah. I mean, if people are to join your unit, like how much training do they go through?
If it's me, it usually takes 2-3 months to learn how to use equipment.
Remember this, Ukrainian men not fighting. Team up with Vlad and you can help win. We're going to give you the truck. I think in here he's got a little food parcel. But this truck was not possible without the people from this community here. Suchaminus. So Suchaminus is a YouTuber, he does a lot of campaigns for us, and it's him and his followers that have got this truck for you today, mate. You're gonna get a cool dinosaur patch crushing a tank. It's the dream. Dziękuję.
Thank you. I thank Suchaminus and his subscribers for their help in raising funds for this vehicle, which will help us a lot. Glory to Ukraine! Our division deals with unmanned aerial vehicles. This includes the Sich unmanned aerial vehicle system, FPV drones, Mavic and Metris.
And how long have you been fighting the Russians?
Personally, I've been with the unit since 2014. Then I resigned and re-enlisted at the beginning of the full-scale invasion.
I guess you've been involved in war against them like most of your adult life?
So I spent my adult life at war.
What are you going to use the bus for? How will you make use of this truck?
I am in the Sich and Shark UAV transportation unit.
You know, in your unit, just alone, right, how many trucks would you need to have the full number of vehicles?
Our unit is constantly expanding. It is not fully staffed now. We currently have 5 vehicles, but in total we need to up to 10 vehicles.
This truck was fundraised by Jake Bro.
We received Mavics from him.
So these two guys drove the truck. Where did you come from?
From Estonia.
So yeah, so they left on Wednesday morning and drove non-stop across the whole of Eastern Europe to get here to give you your truck.
Thanks to our subscribers and Jake Bro himself for raising money for this vehicle. It will perform tasks together with the crew of the Sich and Nemesis unmanned aerial vehicles. Glory to Ukraine!
I'm going to ask him, does he have an interesting story, right, that will make people watching around the world go like, wow, that he's happy to tell? Or any story.
In 2022, Serhiy and I served in the same unit, in the infantry near Bakhmut, defending it. Later, when we got to the 47th Brigade, we had the opportunity to choose our specialty a little bit. So Serhiy became a mortar operator and I became a drone operator. and it was very interesting.
Я став дронщиком, і це дуже цікаво.
Did you choose to operate a mortar then? Is that what you wanted to do?
Yes, because we were in the infantry for a long time, and I advise everyone to try it. Honestly, a soldier has to go through this to understand what it's like when you are being fired at from all types of weapons. Let's not say who is doing it. If you are not in the infantry, you don't really understand what can come at you, what it's like, and how people behave in combat in general. But when you have been directly on the front line, you understand a little bit. And I can now teach this to my brothers who were immediately assigned to the artillery.
What advice, to all the Ukrainian men that are out there, like considering to join the infantry and assault unit, what advice would he give them?
Це, звичайно, небезпечно, але війна така не.
It's dangerous, of course, but war is a dangerous thing in general. And it's all very scary, very frightening, and it's true. But perhaps everyone has to go through it, at least a little bit, in order to learn to fight their fear.
Для того, щоб навчитися, якби це, воювати зі своїм страхом.
Wow, that's cool. Can he tell us like who signed the flag and what's?
А хто підписав ваш
I am.
You guys. Yeah, amazing. And who drove this truck? This man. And Mario. Where did you drive it from and where are you from?
Estonia.
From Estonia. So they drove here on Wednesday, they left non-stop the whole way to deliver it here for you today.
Very much. Величезна подяка.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this truck, so we have monthly donors to the Sniffing Brigade. And they are the people that fundraised this truck.
Many thanks to the people who are involved, who are helping, and who are not indifferent. We could not have done it without you. We're sincerely grateful to Suomi Battalion and its subscribers for raising funds for this vehicle.
How long has Yura been in the army for?
1 year old.
And what did you do before the war, Yura?
I'm a driver.
So you should be good at driving this. What's he brought with him? He looks like he's brought a flag. Oh, amazing. Cool.
This is the flag of our company.
Wow. And it says like intelligence support. So are they doing like drone reconnaissance as well, or like what?
Yeah.
Who drove the truck? Did you? And where have you come from?
Paris.
From Paris? Yeah. So you explain. So this man here, would you like to meet Yura?
Oh, I'm from Estonia, from Tallinn.
Okay.
He's
Estonian.
He's Estonian.
French.
Yeah.
Ukrainian. This truck, so it's a Mitsubishi L200, which is very popular with Ukrainians.
Yeah.
Thanks for the car to Jack Bro and his followers. We really need it.
Вона нам дуже потрібна.
So that's it for the main handover from Convoy 31. You've seen some amazing units today, using trucks, drones, even looking after people that are getting attacked by Russian chemical weapons. Your donations still are so important to helping Ukraine win. You've heard it today from the soldiers themselves, especially as right now there is a large offensive into Kursk, into Russia. And that will be the next stop for the rest of the NAFO trucks as we head east and deliver to the brave units that are fighting to deoccupy Russia. Slava Ukraini, Heroям Slava.